And so, oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yo.
My brother, what's going on?
What's up? Y'all so live over there, man. I wish I was there with y'all, man.
Hey, bro. Say,
yes, sir.
bro,
Yes. Hey, say I got hers. Man, we doing good, bro.
Letty said, I was surprised y'all got this light skinned nigga 2 feet to the answer calls.
Hey. You see him.
Hey, bro. Hey, he already know what's up. Hey, I will be in contact.
Hey, contact me.
I will be in contact, my brother,
hey,
from another
so
mother.
First and foremost, my brother, can you let the world know what's your name, how to find you, who you are, what you're bringing into this game, in this world, man, and this just give us a real introduction of the real brother.
So pretty much my name is Jeremiah. What I do is I'm a personal brand expert or business brand, either business or personal brand, but pretty much what I do is I help you take your brand to that next level. A lot of us, we get on social media, we don't know what to do, how to do it, or when to do it. I just get you to, from the start, if you're starting with your phone all the way so you can start making some type of business or getting some type of leads or sales into your business. And that's going to take strictly just building a brand. As if you see Damon Johnson or if you see these big other brand people like, I'm going to be honest, even Diddy. Y'all saw the whole Diddy play. But I'm going to be honest, all of that stuff, that's a brand. I don't care how you look at it. It was a lot of stuff that went down. But the reason why people looking is because they know his brand. So if we didn't know who Diddy was, we wouldn't be paying attention. But at the end of the day, that's the whole point, is you want to capitalize on attention. And to do that right now is building a brand. So that's pretty much what I do as a whole.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Thank you. Listen, first and foremost, I appreciate you taking your time. Because yes, even in the comments, we know this brother right here, this knowledgeable brother listen, that man be booked, busy. He be putting in some work. He ain't sitting down playing. He putting in work, first and foremost. So tonight we definitely get to have some beautiful questions and answers, especially for people that like, if you have questions for this young man, and plus like parts of brand and things like that, it's time to tap in. It's a question because I got to be myself. It's a notebooks, I got mine. Because we about to learn some game right now. Real game right here. And this brother is I definitely glad that I chose this brother because he's been very knowledgeable. I seen him from back in the day. We go back. This is my brother.
Way back. Way back.
And I've seen his amazing growth, and each time he's been amazing knowledgeable. If you ever see him and then to sit down with him and actually have conversations with him and hear how this young man can give you some. Listen, I learned a lot of things myself.
That's
knowing
what's
this
up.
brother. So one of the first things I want to ask, as far as meeting is entirely as a brand, what are some of the common misconceptions of personal brands and just, I don't know, a name, something as simple? Most people think that they're a brand because it's a name out there. What are some of the common misconceptions about brands nowadays that you notice it yourself?
A lot of people, the first thing I would give you guys some game on is a lot of people, they come into like social media or just in branding in general thinking that, I would think like they don't know if they want to do their business or they need to build a personal brand. Because it's hard to decipher between two. It's like, oh, should I go and create a separate page for my business page and then post content out there? Or should I get a personal brand and build my personal brand up and forget my business page? So that's one of the biggest things. And if you guys want me to tap on that, I think that will generally help a lot of people out just to start off back.
I was just about to ask you. I was like, can you separate that and actually break that down for us, the difference between people's personal brand and their business brand? Please do.
So personal branding is you telling your story through, I would say, the digital universe. Telling who you are, what you do, but you're not giving them like, I would say, like too much information on like you don't want to become you don't want to become too salesy, because once you become too salesy, people fall off and people don't want to like be a part of what you're doing. So like even me, when you go through my content, it's very informational and educational, but it's 80% around like what I do. And so with that being said, it's like at the end of the day, I'm not telling you to like buy me, like, oh, go buy what I do. I'm educating you on like what I do. But then there's a rule that I definitely want you guys to tap into, and it's called the 80-20 rule. When we as marketers and salesmen, or marketers and people that are branding like to a full time, they do something on Instagram called the 80-20 rule, and that's pretty much 80% of your content is educational around what you do. And then 20% of your content is like me. You might see me dance. You might see me doing some funny skits. You might see me doing some just fun things, or going to pretty much like going to the basketball, the Magic game, or doing something, just showcasing that I do other things that are just trustworthy, that I'm just a regular person, but I'm showing you my educational content, but I'm just being real at the same time. Because if you come off too salesy, if you be 100% educational, people just gonna be like, okay, I see the same thing over and over and over again. This dude is trying to sell me something at the end of the day.
So what are some different, as far as like you said, like with personal brands, right, and not being too salesy, what are some different ways to attack, like, and separating and standing out as a personal brand where you don't get too salesy? Like, what are some different ways to look at that for many brands to tap into?
So just like the other day, I posted a video about how my dad raised us. We had to like dig holes when we was like freaking 5 years old, and we couldn't freaking go to get the PS2 when it came out. We had to work our ass off to get the PS2, to be honest. And so with that being said, but when my dad died, and he died in 2015, it just taught me like the meaning of a dollar. But with that also being said, it showed me one thing, is that through branding, telling a story that is captivating and is truthful to who you are, what you've been through, people resonate. There's people that resonate with that. So be truly honest to yourself and to your audience, because I'm gonna be really honest with y'all. When it comes to this camera, people can smell the fake right off back. Like like I can smell it. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I was gonna say, we just talk about that in the sense of like how no matter what, as people, period, I noticed entirely, whether it's a song, whether it's anything, you could tell authenticity. You can smell authenticity versus something fake. Like, you can tell when a rapper really, like, if I'm listening to a song, I can tell when a rapper or artist this is coming from this artist versus they're just rapping these lyrics that sound good. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true. And that's why even when I work with artists, I try to tell them, like, when it comes to like you making videos, even if you're an artist out there nowadays, the biggest thing, like, you got La Russell that's blowing up right now. You got a couple of independent artists that's really killing it in the game right now, is because they're being authentic with their content, and then also chopping up their content in multiple short form pieces. So it's going viral, and it's just really authentic music. And really, I'm gonna give you one thing that I hope sticks with all of y'all, is that really how all of this is done is through messaging. Everything starts with writing. Everything starts, even if it's a good marketing video that got 1 million in sales. Kanye went last on the Super Bowl and he had a crappy ass video, but his messaging was on point. What he said was on point. That's what got the sales. Is the video was, everybody else spent millions and trillions of dollars for paid advertisement for Super Bowl commercials, but Kanye came in over with a crappy ass video, and he did what? He just said, hey, I got blase this, and he talked about the messaging on what his website was gonna be, and he got off of that thing, and the sales went crazy. So it's just like those things, like the cameras don't, I'm gonna be honest, I do got, pretty ass videos, as people would say, but the cameras really don't matter. It's really about your messaging. If you can dial in on who you are authentically to the camera, like what you're saying, and know how to captivate attention through messaging, bro, that's the bread and butter of it all.
Man, speak that, miss. Okay. And I'm gonna pass it to you. I got one more. As far as personal brands and business brands, right? Are there some do's that do's and don'ts, right? So, like, are there some do's that are okay in personal brands that are huge don'ts in business brands? And is it okay to blend them both?
So one thing about personal branding is, like, if you're just starting your business out, I would say always go to personal brand route first. And the reason why I'm going to tap into this, going to all come together, is that your personal brand is the thing that connects to people so you can sell them through your business brand. So at the end of the day, like the only reason why I'm on this live with you right now is because we have a personal connection. And so with that being said, our relationship is strong. Blase, blase, y'all trust me, I trust y'all, and that's why I made it to this live to be on your platform. The same thing is what's connecting with sales and marketing is that people trust a personal brand more than they trust a business brand. Like, I'm gonna be honest, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I would rather go buy, like we all go to Walmart or we all go to Target or we all go to Whole Foods. But a lot of people are connecting to connecting to what nowadays? Those farmers markets, because they can go to a person that's selling something that they know is from what? It's straight from the ground. And they know that they can trust a person that went to that farmer's market, growed that potato up through the ground, and he's selling it now. So that's a more personable connection to that one person that is growing up, have a farm or something like that. So I would rather buy to him that potato than to go to Walmart. And so we're kind of like a lot of things we're getting back to those ways of like one-on-one relationships. And so that's how you can capitalize of if you grow your personal brand on point, you can capitalize like that and really take heed or even just a video go viral or something. Then you can get a whole bunch of sales at once because your personal brand is just that strong.
Is that strong? Is that okay? Okay, so you gotta ask questions.
No, you should. No, you
yeah, I got a lot more, but I want to get something in because I'm gonna be talking. Shut up. Go ahead. Get something now.
Welcome your client to be again. So my first question is how did you get into this line of work? Was it like a passion for you, or was it just like a way to make income solely, or you got like mixed it? Like how did this become like my thing?
So no, that's a good question. So True really understands. He really knows me. It all started. I'm gonna be honest with you. My first music video was done right when out of high school, and that was like 2012 or 2011. I graduated 2011, and if he's still in here, Lefty understands too. But music videos is what started it all. I was pretty much literally like tapping into music videos and the community and really pushing my work through music videos. One thing about music videos is that you can learn a lot on how to do videos through music videos because there's so much captivating stuff that you can do in music videos that brings awareness to people and who you are, who did that video. And so then after that, music videos, I went into the corporate world with the skill set. I'm gonna be honest, corporate world, it did pay me more, but it capped my skill set. So like music videos was way more creative, but corporate paid me more money, but my skill set was a little bit like I couldn't be as creative because they're not as the same as like music videos. You can do so much and create a story. But long story short, is that's what started it. After the corporate world, then I got into pretty much I was in a marketing company for like 2 years, and I was a director over media, and I had like videographers under me, and I was pretty much like handling like pretty much with them we was pretty much offloading a lot of work, unloading a lot of work through this marketing agency, and I pretty much just did a lot of videos. Like just to give you a sum amount, think about doing 2 vlogs, editing around 20 pieces of content a week, pushing out that much content in a week time frame, so you can make sure like everything is like. That's why you see so much work now, is because I've been pushed. Before this, what y'all see now, I was pushing out people's like content like crazy when I used to work with this other marketing agency. But right now I'm fully I fully have my own brand making my money right now. I'm very blessed to be able to work into my own field and do the things that I want to do based off of what I pretty much have built. And that's why I always say, like, if you build it out and like, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I was working at 9 to 5, I'm gonna be honest, after that 9 to 5 from 6 to 10 or 6 to 12, I was putting in the work for my brand. So like the other 4 to 5 hours right after that, I was putting in work. I was dropping videos. I was networking at events. I was going to events, making sure I was handshaking, meeting people face to face and not just online. So all of that paved the way for, after 2 years of working with them, there was one time where I just left, and my first client after I left paid me what I made in a month in salary, paid me that in 2 days. And so that's when I was like, okay, this time, that's the Almighty right there telling me it's time.
That's how you know it's working.
It's happening. Oh my God, it's happening.
Yeah. That's literally what that feeling is like. What she just said, that's that feeling. It's like, oh, snap. It's really happening. Yeah.
Right? It's a fact.
Yeah.
Man, listen, when I say I'm watching this man's growth, bro, I'm telling you, like, And I'm very honest with you. That's fam right there. So it's like this man came from and just like I'm looking. I'm like, woo, that put that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man.
It's like watching your homie. You know what I'm saying? Like if you practicing ball right, he ain't really the hooper yet. And he's still getting there. He got a couple of layups, but then after a while, you see your dog dunk on niggas. This getting crazy. Like oh.
Yeah, man. No, you're really right though, cause it kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, one of my like third clients, shout out to Royal Club Rentals. It got to a point where like I know y'all probably see the Porsches and Lambos on my page and whatnot, but think about you making a brand to where like you're riding these vehicles and you getting paid to ride them.
Ride them.
So it's like, you know, sometimes it's like, yeah, I don't own it, but somebody's paying me to ride the vehicle because the content that I'm making from the vehicle, because they know the content is gonna make them money.
What page in the book is that on? What page?
He's like, hey, drop the gram, bro. Drop the gram. Listen, you already know Rocky was. You gonna get clients, but this man definitely gets clients, and he does not disappoint. Oh, yes. He's always shout out, like I said. I was just reminding my dog. I was like, bro, he was right there. He was shooting me in like we were putting in work. Like bro, has always been putting in work, and that's one thing I absolutely respect about him. I'm one of those people, because I'm always out here putting work. You know me, right? But dog, I love seeing other hustlers out here doing what they do, get what they get, no matter who you are. Always say, out of the hustle, respect the hustle. Respect a person putting in that work and doing it. So in saying what I'm saying now, and in your time looking over the work and all the work you put in, when was one of those times, and I was gonna make an analogy, right, where you felt like you was in doing your content or doing what you're doing? I know you out the limbo stage too, but like where you felt like you jumped from half court like Jordan did, tongue out with this content, what you doing, and you just dunking like, woo, okay, I'm out here. This is it.
There's a pivotal moment that this happened, like very truly what you said. Shout out to Anderson if he's watching this, or even when he does watch this. He's a realtor in Orlando, killing it right now. He's actually from Mexico and came over here, and bro has been like just freaking killing the game. He's younger than me and killing it, but it's being around those people like that bring you like, dang, I thought I was killing it. I got to go even harder now. But him. I was on a yacht, bro. He rented a yacht for like, this yacht cost about 1.6 million. The yacht itself cost 6.6 million, but renting it was like around in the millions. And he called me up. He was like, bro, we need you on this yacht. We need you to make this content. And you got to be in Miami in less than, if you can be there in less than 72 hours. And I need you to pick up one of my people too. But we got you. Just show up if you can. And that's where, when I was on the yacht, bro, it really like, I had to take it in, bro. I really I ain't gonna lie, bro, because there was only about 10 of us on this yacht with a personal chef. And that's when we was riding on the, the little water in Miami, off the little, and everything like that. But we was riding past these mansions on the yacht. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm seeing these other small boats. And I'm not being like cocky when I say this. The people start looking at you. And they looking at you with all of these people that's on this yacht, and it's only 10 people, but on the other boats, it's like 20 people on a small boat, 30 people. And so you start thinking to yourself like, dang, bro, this a whole nother lifestyle. And you really start thinking to yourself like, okay, now I got to get my people like this. Because if I can see this vision, how can I get the people that are close to me, or they can see this vision also, like, dang, bro, like, if he can do it, I know I can do it. Or how can I show them in a way that they can build something up so they can do it also, to connect to somebody that can put them on that level, or even show them something like that too. Because it's all about inspiring each other. And that's why I like the videos. You see the first pinned video of my profile, you're going to see that yacht. And I show that for a reason. It's not to show off, but if y'all know who Him 500 is, y'all probably know who Him 500 is. He's out in ATL, but big entrepreneur, and he's next to, like, he be talking with 19 Keys and all of them. But I met Him 500 one time, and he told me, and I had him on a podcast up there in ATL, and I asked him a question, and it was very serious. He told me, and I was asking him this, I was like, what do you feel about the success you've done in your life? Like, do you feel like you got to show it off, or do you feel like you have to be cocky? And he was like, something that resonated with me. He was like, show your wins. Show your wins, because that's the only way you're going to be able to inspire the next person or even people in our community, is showing your wins. It's not being cocky. It's like the reason why I'm in those Porsches or those Lambos or people is I'm showing you, like, yo, you can do it. Like, it can happen, bro. It happened to me. I'm from Mercy Drive in Pine Hills in Orlando. Born and raised. Hey, I am not ashamed to be where I'm from. Facts, bro. I love where I'm from because it taught me a lot, but then it also taught me about building relationships that last through the test of times. So yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
You understand where they're coming from, man? Listen, coming from the bottom and teach you. If you utilize it correctly, you can learn so much, dog. And that, I mean, me a person coming from the bottom project myself, I understand that motion right there. And I love that visual you gave, bro, about like being on that yacht and just like hitting you like all. And I remember you have those moments where it's like, and you know what's even crazier than that? It's like wanting that feeling where it's like, okay, imagine how this would feel when the people that I love or the ones that I really fuck with, that I, you know what I'm saying? Not just people that I admire and appreciate, but the people that I really, they can be right here with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to get there, so I respect, and then he doesn't hold back. Like, bro, that's one thing I love about you, bro, is you've never been a gatekeeper kind of brother. You've always been like, yo, I just got. You can tell if somebody he got the combination to the safe, he gonna let you know, hey, look, it's on the low.
On the low, gotcha.
Yeah. The gems is right here on to the right. Brother been with it, and I always appreciated you, man. Okay. Another question? Go ahead.
Yeah, so my next question to you is, has there been like a time where you dealt with a situation where you were like questioned or like try to be talked out of like your worth, like with your prices? Like if you said, hey, this is what my, price is for whatever services that you're collaborating with, have you ever gotten the pushback to where like, well, what's the name did it for this price? And like, okay, well, what was your response? Like, how did you handle that basically?
So, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be really honest with y'all. If you got quality work, keep quality prices. I had to learn this the hard way. Now you have your people that you want to help out because it might be passion projects or something that you might be like passionately, or you have a friend that you want to just help out. I got people like that where I just like, I still love what they do. They still love what I do. So I try to help them out as much as possible. But when it comes to like, when you step into this corporate world or when you step in and start doing business stuff with people, do not short yourself on your price. And I would even say, raise it to the point where it's scary. Because at the end of the day, if you have a valuable product or service, people associate value with your price. So if something is technically worth $7,000 and you had it for $1,000 and somebody bought that from you, they're going to be like, oh, that's easy. And then they're going to be honest with you. What they're going to do is they're going to short you on your worth. So you're not going to be as valuable to them when another client comes around that's worth $7,000 and he does the same thing as you. They're going to be like, the next time I'm going to get him because it looks like he has more value.
Yeah, you said something because that, it's crazy. I'm glad you said something and spoke on that because I remember running across that even as an entrepreneur level. Shout out that we said Johnny Pop Orlando. I remember we had a situation where we was going through drinks and we started making certain drinks collectibles, right? And when we started making the drinks collectibles, we had our prices real low, right? And I remember this guy, this is just a young dude, came and I'm selling to everybody else, and the people are going, popping, got breaking bread and all this. And this one dude, he just came up, he had his book back on, I think he was a photographer or a videographer, right? And he comes up and he's like, hey, how much is this? I'm gonna tap in. And I told him the price. And he kind of like, he instantly told me he was disappointed. He was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You shorthanded yourself. He was like, you're really selling yourself short. He was like, bro, you don't know how many people come in here that will just off the map, just set your price, dog. And what he said, what you said, Jeremiah, the part where you're talking about like set your price to a point where it's scary, dog. Like he literally said that something in that sense to me, and I was just like, dang. And honestly, I respect that because that set with me. So I understand. This is like, bro, you're dropping very vital information on that. You know, so big shout out to the brother Jeremiah, man.
No, and just to take it a step further, and the reason why I'm saying that also is it's like I go to Whole Foods and I don't know if y'all know what kombucha is. Kombucha is fermented tea, but kombucha is fermented tea in a bottle, and you know how much they charge them for that? Like $5 to $7 or $8 to $9 for fermented tea that you can make in your house.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna be honest though, what you're buying, you're buying first of all the brand, the experience that you're gonna have with it, and then also you're buying one last thing. I don't know why that be doing that. And then you're gonna buy one last thing, which is what? The value that you see into it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's
a fact. That's a fact, man. You've been. Question?
Oh, of course, but I'm gonna let you go.
Okay. So you can bring up your because I'm talking crazy.
Okay, so my next question for you is when you may have touched on it when you said your the story about the yacht. But actually that was when you felt that okay, it's happening, like I made it. My question is when did you know that you kind of found all the ingredients to your sauce? Like, was that a long process for you, or was it kind of like I got it immediately?
To be truly honest, I'm always a student, so I haven't found out everything. I'm still learning in this process. I've spent the amount of money that I've spent on education right now is crazy. And what I mean by not even going to school, I mean like buying other people that are literally like are higher than me. So that's why when I'm like doing what I'm doing, if y'all see me on top of the game, it's because I spent the bread on the education. That goes into more value, to be honest. That goes back to what we just said. It's like, if you know your stuff, and you're going to spend on a better product or a better service to help somebody out, even in a better way, so you can present more value to them and you can charge what you want to charge. It's all about just servicing our people to the fullest capability, and also in the correct like timing too, because timing is everything. But when you have a good product and you can time it correctly to where somebody is emotionally invested and they need it right then and there, they're gonna buy and they don't care. I'm gonna tell you a quick story just to follow up with this. One of my clients, to be really honest with you, and I don't even like to showcase prices or whatnot, but he was a client. Shout out to Dub. Dub, if you're watching this, you already know I love you to death. But Dub is an ATL. He does funding. Funding. He's a very good client, one of my highest paying clients. And he told me something that always stuck with me. And he said, bro, what you have, bro, you have something that a lot of people wish they can have. Like, and shout out to Soto for telling me this too. It's gonna merge, but is that the camera right now is the basketball. It's like the new basketball. Anybody can pick up a camera. Anybody can have the best quality. Like anybody can do this, but whoever can tell a story with the camera is like very good, because they pretty much put in your soul an emotion for you to buy something or you to get something. So if you know somebody that's a good storyteller that can create a story around your product or service, even if it's with an iPhone, that will be somebody that you hold value to you, because I'm gonna be honest, they can help you sell something even better because it's creating emotion. People only buy stuff for one reason. It's because how they feel at that moment in time.
That's a fact. Bro, you just, man, listen, you hit top tier, like listen, you hit top tier, thing like that. Okay. One of my questions is through your journey, like through your adventure and your rides and all that, can you recall some of your most difficult times where, I mean, talking about like difficult to the point where I know we don't, a lot of, especially for brand, if you're an entrepreneur, we all have our moments where it's like, we have a moment where it's like, okay, we're on top of the world, and we have a moment where we're like, bro, what the F am I even doing? Like, am I tripping? Do I need to quit? Like, am I tired? So, have you ever had those times? And can you name it? Can you recall any of those times? And what helped you get through those times?
So, there was a time where I had put money up for education and literally like learning stuff and whatnot. And then I'm gonna be really honest with you, rent needed to get paid. And so at that time, rent was not finna get paid because I had already floated some of the education thinking I was gonna get the return from the education quicker than rent was coming around. And so with that being said, I was just like, dang, man, I don't even know what I'm finna lose everything based off of this. And so with that being said, I'm gonna be really quick with you is that you got to give strictly like devotion and faith into, I'm gonna be honest, if y'all believe in something, I hope you do, but believe in the Most High. Like the Most High has really brought me through a lot of this. And also trusting into the process that He has given you a skill set that's gonna last. So this skill set was a gift that was given to me, and I keep beating the pavement at it like Mike Tyson should have done with Jake. But
I was just talking about how
but yeah, like facts. No, it's true. It's like you got to beat at your craft so much that you become obsessed. Because what you're doing is that every time I post a video or every time that I'm posting in the stories, it's very intentional because what I'm doing is I'm sending out soldiers. Those soldiers are reaching out to the people that's either on Instagram and they're not in my followers or in my followers. And so I keep appearing in these people's faces. I always say this, it takes 7 times before somebody buys your product. But you got to do what? You got to keep posting. You got to keep showing up no matter what. And that's with anything in life. So that's what, if you're trying to play basketball, you got to keep learning the fundamentals until you become the Michael Jordan or become the Steph Curry. If it come, I'm going to be honest, if it comes to you selling a product just like cameras, you want to do something with cameras, or if you want to do something with freaking like you do exotic pops, keep showing up. Like you putting the brand out there right now. Keep showing up. Keep showing up no matter what. Because that's how these, and I'm going to be really honest with you, Target, they going to keep showing up. Whole Foods, they going to keep showing up. Nike, they going to keep showing up even when you least expect it. There's somebody wearing Nike around you. Just because they bought it, don't think the brand isn't on the shoe for a reason. So you can see it. Like all of these things you're getting sold every second now. Like every time you look somewhere, there's a brand. There's a brand in front of your face. So you got to make sure that at the end of the day that you keep doing your part of showing up for your brand and what you have to offer to the marketplace. Because if you don't, this last thing I got to say with this question is as simple as this. You are one client away from your whole life changing.
We in there. I'm gonna ask a personal brand, like a business brand, like question in a sense. Okay, like you have the differences between like different brands, and like they have like luxury brands. You notice that as far as marketing goes, they don't really like. There's certain companies that they don't see them even doing commercials. You don't even see them doing. But they're such a luxury that they kind of like as a difference between your regular everyday, and it kind of separates. Separates them to luxury. What is the scheme or the marketing strategy behind that? Of like, okay, I don't even have to put
a commercial.
I'm just that. Is it extreme confidence in your brand, or is it just I don't know? Because how do you know about it if you get what I'm saying? So that's a good question. That's my question.
That's an amazing question, bro. That's an amazing question. So there's a couple different things that play with that. Like I know I saw Dub tap in a little bit a while back, but we had went to Rolex a while back, and then also I'm gonna tie both of these stories together. Rolex, and let's just pick another company like Rolls Royce. Right. These brands, the reason why they do this is because it's first of all scarcity of a product. When you create scarcity, that means you have exclusivity too, like it's exclusive to a certain type of target audience. And so when you create this, even with yourself, like right now, I'm gonna be honest, I had somebody tell me just the other day, they told me to stop showing up at a place. I go there to work a lot of times, and it was like they told me like, yo, bro, stop, yo, and Ivana, this is she told me this, but she said stop showing up at this place, and the reason why is because they want you to, not even want you, it's like the people around you to show that you got to show yourself as worthy that you can provide a quality product, and the only way to truly provide quality to individuals in a certain target audience, or even just with a higher bracket of lifestyle, is subtracting yourself away from them, but positioning yourself as like, I'm the only one and I'm the best one. That's why you don't see Michael Jordan everywhere. That's why you don't see like Lil Wayne. He don't just he ain't at every birthday event getting money from somebody else. It's like these people you gotta show like I'm exclusive. And my price is exclusive too. But when you pay $7,000 or you pay $10,000 with me, what's gonna happen is that I'm bringing the heat. Like I'm bringing what it takes to literally service you to the fullest ability so you can get what you need and also get the clientele that you probably need through my service. So when we talk about Rolls Royce, you don't see no commercials from them. You don't see no type of ads from them. Because every time they drop one, I'm gonna be honest, it's tied to some type of event or some type of marketing strategy that's gonna get the right clientele in the doors.
Yeah.
And another one, Dub put me onto this, which is very true, is that when all the people that's connected to y'all like the, not y'all specifically, but people that might be watching, you might like high-end clothes, or you might like Louis Vuitton, or you might like Gucci, or you might like the Neiman Marcus and stuff like this. What I want you to do is go on YouTube and type in a clothing brand that you might like that's very high end, and then say break down there. Just type in after break down the marketing strategy. You'll see people that debunk and go into these stores and they debunk of what they're doing with the product. So when you go into a Gucci store, you notice that there's not a lot of clothes, and they act like it's not a lot of clothes on the shelf. That's for a reason, and we all know this. It's a play. So the lesser the clothes on the shelves means that they create also demand. Literally, they're creating demand out of thin air just because you think like, dang, this is only one left and this was the season for it. I gotta grab this now so I can look the freshest with it. It's psychology. So they want you to feel like it's the last one on the shelf. Yes, somebody said it, Pops and Gems, you said it's supply and demand. That's very true. That's as simply as it gets to. Supply and demand. So if I create less supply, if I make it less supply, then there's going to be a heavy worth of demand on that only one supply of that T-shirt that was seasonal.
I make sense as a hustler, you know. I remember my hustle days, you know what I'm saying, long time.
I already know what you mean. It's simple as that, man. You already know when the product sells well, the product sells. Yeah,
exactly. We used to talk about droughts, and I feel like that's in the same aspect of like, when you say it's a drought, you know, you pretty much just say it's basically supply and demand. You just have the price of whatever you need, because the first thing is not.
A perfect example is like this with what's the shoe drop app? What's the everybody gets the shoes on there? I forgot I used to do it when I was at the other job because they put me onto it. But it's this app where you can pretty much get the latest Jordans and latest like shoes that's dropping.
Okay. StockX?
Yes. Yeah. Or sneakers. The sneakers, yeah. That's the one. Lefty. You know, like StockX too. Both of them do the same thing though. They both do the same thing. Like they pretty much creating scarcity around these drops so you can do what? So then people can hurry up. Let me get on that. And then boom, they drop it. And like it's just scarcity and everything. But that's how you gotta play. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people need to take their buying eyes off of things and look at a more of a different eye set of like, okay, how are they getting all of these people to this app? Or how is Rolls Royce doing this? Or how is a person getting all of these sales through their Instagram?
Yep. I'll look at it.
Makes sense, bro.
Okay. You got a question?
No.
You got a question now?
I am.
Okay, I got some more.
I'm just like listening now, right?
Oh yeah, we going in. Listen. Yeah, we're gonna have you drop your especially in the chat if you can. Definitely drop your IG and the ways to contact you, because people are definitely, I'm interested in people tapping in, getting gems. You already know you're gonna get it, but this man already gets clients. This man, he's letting y'all know. But they gonna come in, bro. Got some artists, got some folk, they gonna want to tap in with you. But the next question is, and I'm trying not to hold it too long because I know we got a little time here. Boss. Larry, what up, though? You know it's okay. So, and besides the marketing scheme, as far as the brand, what are some good ways besides the personal, like telling a story, like your personal brand, right? Telling a story. Say a person, they really want a brand, right? They really want a personal brand, but they're just not that good at telling stories, right? They're just, they try, they do their best, they try, they got once upon a time, but they just don't got the rest, they don't know what it takes. What are some key advice, things of advice you could give someone to kind of get honed in and to maybe find ways to better express their brand out there and separate their personal brand?
So I'm gonna give you two things. The biggest thing is I'll tell you a tip anybody can do right now. Is that when you go on Instagram, if you want to we all have somebody we look up to on Instagram that you're trying to either it's a company or even it's a personal brand. You have somebody that you probably look up to like their content. You probably save it or share it to other people. What you could do is that you can go on Instagram and you go into search. Once you go into search, I want you to type in your keyword for your business. Whether for me, it would be videography it would be personal brands or whatever your keyword might be. Once you do that, you type it in and you see what comes up. You're going to see all of the videos and pictures of whatever that is. At the top, right under the search bar, there's, you got a couple different tabs. I want you to click on the Reels tab. Once you click on the Reels tab, what you can do is you can go to the video that's doing the most, I would say the highest, around probably anywhere from 400,000 views and up. And I want you to save that post. The reason why is because Instagram is pretty much telling you that this post that's in your niche has made it thus far. And we put it on the For You page for a reason, because it's doing very good. It got a lot of saves and it got a lot of shares. What I want you to do is I want you to retake that content and remake it, because nothing is new under the sun. Remake it in your own light. As you remake it in your own light, this will give you ideas, and also I literally have a saved folder of people that are higher than me, and I put all of the content that's going crazy right now that I think, and that what I just told you about in that folder, and sometimes I remake their videos, so it keeps me ahead of the game, but it also, Instagram has already told me that this content is valuable, so I'll get a lot of views based off of me remaking somebody else's content. And that's if you just don't know where to start, and if you just don't know how to start. So you can go to your other people's page, go to your other business pages that you might like, and do that, and it works too. I'm gonna be honest with you. The next thing is,
gave us two gems in one.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
I felt in the sense of getting an idea how to tell a story and things like that, and at the same time, we're getting inspired on how to tell a story, and at the same thing, you just low-key just drop the gem about how to go viral.
That's literally, you're right, that's right. You said dropping gems on how to go viral. Yep.
Shout out, bro. That man draws people to you through your association with them. Yeah, go ahead.
That's true.
And that's just for the people that are not, because I know I do that heavy too. So for the ones that doing it, shouts out to y'all, because y'all know y'all part of the understanding. But for the ones that are not, or have missed out on that, please take these gems in, because y'all, I'm telling you, this man is gonna give you a nice route to success. He's not. Okay. Have you seen him?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you one last thing that I want y'all to really focus on, because I've been focusing on this very recently.
Go ahead.
Is that you want to focus on formats. This is how good stories are told through formats. Good viral content is told through formats. If you take the Batman with the Joker and everything, that movie it's an iconic movie. We all know that movie. But I'm gonna be honest with you, that whole movie is based on a certain format. All great movies are based on formats. When you get a chance, look up formats for cinematic movies or just movies in general. They do the same thing in viral content. So I'm gonna give you a certain format right now, is that you'll see a person play a skit where they're one person, then they're another person, and they're explaining content through talking to their self, pretty much. I'll face here, and then I'll put on a hat, then I'll face the other there. So it's pretty much just a format of just how people can perceive a message, but in a creative way. And people keep that, they test out different formats until one hits for them. So different formats might hit from you based off of what type of business or what type of content you might be trying to push out. But once you dial in on one format and it hits, rinse and repeat like no tomorrow. Rule of thirds type. Yeah, very true. Rule of thirds does have a big part of that too.
That's a holder right there. Rinse and repeat like no tomorrow. That's legit. That's legit. Another question, my man, and I know we getting closer, so we've been kind of rolling all the time. But
you good?
Listen, when I'm talking,
it flows.
And I'm one of those people when I talk to people, like I'm always coming from a genuine, authentic place. So it's like we have a real conversation. We can go in for a while. People that know me, we can have these uplifting combos for a while. High level conversations. No 19 kids, but I'm with you, brother. But on some real though, the next question, as far as content and in that aspect, what are some key? Let me just put it like this: what advice would you give anybody that's trying to jump and go into the field that you are in? If you've seen a young brother right now today, he's like, "Yo, I'm actually intrigued. This and that. What you're doing and all that." What some advice would you give them on, like, even just how to get started or whatever, or for that'll work for them? You know what I'm saying?
So some advice, because this can be very general, because everybody nowadays, like I said, is picking up the camera. So I would definitely, even if you're starting with your phone, the best advice I would give you is really the most viral content is, I'm going to be really honest, it's the most authentic content. When somebody's seeing somebody cry on camera because they're talking about something that happens in their life, and it's so authentic till it gets to the point where I can feel that through the camera, I can feel it in my soul, that's 1 million views right off back. A lot of stuff like you might even see, but on the flip side, a lot of people know a lot of camera guys and a lot of DPs or directors know how to play through that, and they know how to create those emotions on camera. And so what I would say is nothing is new under the sun, but what isn't new also is you. You are literally the truest you on camera is the most realest, authentic content that somebody else can resonate also as, and, like, see you as for you, but then also share it, bitch, because whoever you are trying to talk to, I'm going to be honest, somebody else knows what you're going through or has been through that, because like I said, nothing is new under the sun. We all go through the same thing. Somebody else down the road went through what Jeremiah went through what True went through. Like, everybody has been through it, but people just don't like to tell their stories because, I'm going to be honest, it can get what? It can get very either go left or it can go right. And so however you tell your story, you have to be, I'm going to be very true, I'm going to be very real when I say this, you have to be very, like, the chips going to fall where they fall. Now, there's some things you don't want to tell people because it's your business, but there is some things that you could just be honest about, because at the end of the day, like I said, these platforms were meant, although this is Instagram, the Most High, he made this so we can reach other people at an all-time high. And when we can reach other people at an all-time high, that is when we really start impacting people on an all-time high on a different level. Because I'm impacting people. When I look at my analytics, I look over in Ghana and there's people watching my content. So,
come on,
like, that's how you got to really think. Like, there's somebody else watching. And so they want to, and they're investing their attention into you. So be true as possible, because you never know who's going to be looking like, dang, I like what he's doing. Now let me go do it. So I hope whatever they doing for you, I hope it don't be a lie.
I like that. Okay, I'm gonna shut it down. Okay, this is the last question.
You good?
This is the last question. Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to, we can